Witness E has exposed what many are already describing as one of the darkest and most disturbing controversies in South Africa's democratic history. His testimony has sent shockwaves across the country, not only because of the names mentioned, but because of the serious allegations that senior political figures, including police ministers, were allegedly linked to orchestrated assassinations. What Witness E revealed about the alleged roles of Biki Cele and Senzo Mchunu is both shocking and deeply unsettling, raising urgent questions about the integrity of the country's law enforcement and political leadership. South Africans are not only shocked by these revelations, but are keenly following every twist and angle of a story that continues to unfold with far-reaching implications. The testimony before the Madlanga Commission has drawn unprecedented public attention, largely because it cuts to the heart of long-standing fears that political killings in South Africa are not merely the actions of rogue individuals, but part of a wider, more organized network with protection at the highest levels. Witness E, an undercover crime intelligence operative, painted a picture of a system that, according to him, was deeply compromised, where those tasked with upholding the law were allegedly involved in planning or shielding acts of political violence. Central to the controversy is what Witness E told the commission about a call involving Cedric Nkabinde, who was appointed as chief of staff by Minister Senzo Mchunu. According to Witness E, Nkabinde once called him and placed him on loudspeaker while in the presence of Mchunu. During that call, Nkabinde allegedly claimed that Biki Cele and others were involved in the killing of former ANC Youth League Secretary, General Sindiso Magaqa. This assertion immediately set off alarm bells, as it directly implicated senior political figures in one of the most high-profile political murders in KwaZulu-Natal. Nkabinde allegedly said that he became aware of this information while working at IPID, an institution meant to investigate police misconduct. If true, this claim alone raises serious concerns about how sensitive information is handled within state institutions and whether internal checks and balances are functioning as intended. The allegation suggests that knowledge of such grave crimes may have circulated within official structures without leading to decisive action. What has further complicated the narrative is the apparent inconsistency in Witness E's earlier testimony. He had previously told the commission that Biki Cele and General Dumisani Khumalo were not involved in the Magaqa killing, instead pointing the finger at rogue crime intelligence officials. This shift has fueled debate about whether new information emerged, whether Witness E felt safer disclosing more details later, or whether pressure and fear influenced the timing and substance of his statements. Despite these contradictions, some aspects of Witness E's testimony have remained consistent and chilling. He told the commission that he had direct information from the people who were allegedly hired to carry out the assassination. "The shooters are the ones that told me. We're being hired to kill Sindiso Magaqa." This statement suggests foreknowledge of the murder plot and raises critical questions about why, despite warnings, the killing was not prevented. Witness E further testified that he had knowledge of the assassination plot in July 2017 before it happened, and that he reported the matter to senior officials in KwaZulu-Natal. The implication is devastating, that warnings were issued, intelligence was shared, yet the system failed to act in time to save a life. This failure, whether due to negligence, fear, or complicity, sits at the heart of the commission's work. In describing his own record, Witness E sought to establish his credibility as a seasoned operative. In 2017 alone, I arrested over 100 dangerous suspects in KZN alone. Some are in prison, and others have been killed during the confrontation. He also stated that he had a 100% success rate in all his efforts fighting dangerous criminals. While such claims are extraordinary, they were presented as evidence that he was not a fringe figure, but a central player in high-risk operations against organized crime. Yet, according to his testimony, that very effectiveness allegedly made him a target. Witness E told the commission that his own SAPS superiors wanted him eliminated because he was seen as a threat to their careers. He testified that they wanted him dead, forcing him to seek a court protection order. This allegation, if proven, would represent a terrifying inversion of justice, where those committed to fighting crime become targets of the system they serve. The testimony did not end with witness E. Acting Deputy Commissioner Major General Anthony Gopaul also appeared before the commission, offering his own account of interactions with Minister Sindiso Mchunu. Gopal testified that Mchunu contacted him to source information regarding the murder of ANC councillor Vendukani Mabita from Mandeni. According to Gopal, the minister questioned why the case was being investigated by the Political Killings Task Team rather than the local police station where the crime occurred. This interaction raised concerns about political interference in policing processes. The PKTT was established precisely because of the sensitive and often politically connected nature of such cases. Questions about why a minister would challenge its involvement have added to public suspicion about attempts to influence or redirect investigations. The timing and context of this intervention became a focal point of scrutiny, particularly given the intense political rivalries within KwaZulu-Natal. Gopal further testified that Minister Mchunu went to a police station to inquire why police were not taking action against former ANC, now MK Party councillor Gopal Govender and his family for alleged criminal activities. According to Gopal, he was unaware of Minister Mchunu's clear direction regarding political killing investigations until he heard General Mkhwanazi's 2025 parliamentary testimony. This admission suggests a breakdown in formal communication channels and raises questions about how directives were issued and to whom. One of the more troubling aspects of Gopal's testimony was his confirmation that he did not know how Minister Mchunu obtained his private cell phone number. He told the commission that the minister contacted him directly to discuss the Mabita murder case, bypassing established SAPS protocols. Such direct contact, outside official channels, has been described as highly irregular within policing structures designed to preserve independence and accountability. Gopal further testified that Minister Mchunu called him 3 times via WhatsApp while he was presiding over a senior management interview panel. This detail illustrated what Gopal described as the direct and persistent nature of the minister's contact. For many observers, it reinforced concerns about undue pressure being placed on senior officers. The acting deputy commissioner also testified that it was mischievous that Minister Mchunu only raised old criminal allegations against an MK candidate after the candidate had resigned from the ANC. This statement fed into broader allegations that law enforcement processes were being selectively activated for political purposes. Gopal told the commission that he had been warned in advance that an ANC caucus planned to use the minister's visit to pressure police into arresting a rival candidate, Gopal Govender. This revelation painted a picture of policing being drawn directly into factional political battles, undermining public confidence in its neutrality. Witness E returned to the spotlight with further testimony that deepened the sense of alarm. He told the commission of his shock when Minister Sindiso Mchunu called his highly restricted, secret cell phone number in December 2024, identifying himself as his commander. For an undercover operative, such a call was not only unexpected, but potentially dangerous, as secrecy is fundamental to personal safety and operational integrity. Witness E also confirmed that they had verified that individuals allegedly involved in planning the killing of Sindiso Magaqa were all SAPS Crime Intelligence officials. This assertion, if substantiated, would point to a deeply compromised intelligence division, one capable of turning its resources against political targets. He reiterated that the would-be shooters told him directly that they were hired to kill Sindiso Magaqa, giving police 2 weeks to stop the murder. That such a warning could exist, yet the assassinations still occurred, remains one of the most haunting aspects of the testimony. As the Madlanga Commission continues, the cumulative weight of these statements has left the nation grappling with difficult questions. At stake is not only accountability for individual crimes, but the credibility of institutions meant to protect citizens and uphold the rule of law. The allegations suggest a blurred line between politics, policing, and criminality, a line that many South Africans fear has been crossed too often and with devastating consequences. The testimony has also highlighted the personal cost borne by those who speak out. Witness E's account of being targeted by his own superiors underscores the climate of fear that may prevent others from coming forward. It also raises questions about the effectiveness of whistleblower protections in a system where power is concentrated and accountability is contested. Ultimately, the revelations before the Commission have forced a national reckoning. Whether the allegations are proven or disputed, their mere articulation under oath has exposed deep fractures within South Africa's security and political landscape. For many citizens, the hope is that the Madlanga Commission will not only uncover the truth behind individual cases like the killing of Sindiso Magaqa, but also lay the groundwork for reforms that restore trust in institutions that have been profoundly shaken.